Hello students, my name is Tanay, and in this video we will learn a few things about communication. I will keep the video short because I want you all to learn about communication in brief. We can have discussions in future in detail, and we will learn about each and every concept in detail, but this video is to inform you about these things in short, quickly. So let's start without any further ado. And I believe that you all must be knowing some or the other definition of communication. So let us find out if what you know is right or not. If it is right, well, congratulations. If it is not right, well, then this video is for you. So let's start. Communication. So communication is an English word. We all must be knowing it. But this word is an outcome of the synthesis of the combination of two words. So first word is communis. You can see over here, I am highlighting it. The first word is communis, which is a Latin noun. And the other word is communicare, which is a Latin verb. All right. So communis means common. Communicare means to share. One is common, the other one is to share. Communis plus communicare becomes communication in English. Now the definition, checkpoint number 2. So communication is a human relationship involving two or more persons who come together to share, to dialogue, and to commune, or just to be together, say for a meal or at a festival or a time of mourning. Okay, so this definition informs us that communication is not a process in which we only share information from one end to the other end, or we only send messages from one end to the other end. Rather, it is a complete situation wherein we congregate together, we come together. All right? And keep this in your mind that when this definition was formed or created or written, things like WhatsApp and Facebook and technologies like mobile phones and computers did not exist. So according to this definition, communication means when a lot of people come together, right, for something that is common, right? We have learned that in communication there is something called common, right? So when a lot of people come together for something that is common, then it is a communication. Any gathering can be a communication, right? If we are gathering for a dinner, if we are gathering around for something, for a celebration or something, for mourning, that is communication. Good. Okay. Dennis McWall, remember this name. Dennis McWall gives the definition of communication. So according to him, communication is a process which increases commonality, but also requires elements of commonality for it to occur. Again, there has to be something common among the people that will bring all of them together. Okay? Common, interest factor, common language, common area. They could be belonging to a common state, right? Something common has to be there. Otherwise, it will become very difficult to bring a lot of people together. Right. In political rallies, we have always noticed that the speaker often, points out those things which are common, right? And a lot of people, think about it or talk about it. Okay. So that is checkpoint number 4. Community, communion, commonality, communism, and communalism are terms closely related to communication. Okay. So keep these 5 words in your mind. These 5 words are related to the word communication, right? Sadharanikaran. The closest Indian language equivalent to the original concept of communication is Sadharanikaran. Okay, to simplify, right? To make things common. Understand it. It is not a rocket science. When you make things simple, okay, complicated things are difficult to understand. So if something is complicated, a lot of people will not be able to understand it. But if something is common, then there is a possibility that a lot of people will understand it. So when we make things simple, sadharan, sahaj, we make it simple for a lot of people. Now anybody can understand it, right? And when people understand something which has been made common, that thing, gets this ability to bring those many people together. Okay, good. Now, point number 6, need for communication. Why do we need communication? Can we not stay silent and quiet? We can remain mute. Why do we need to communicate? Well, communication is very important, and it begins right from the moment one is born. So a child is born, and from that very moment, he or she is communicating, right? And this process continues till the moment you're alive, right? Once you are dead, communication ends. And this brings me to the next point, which is, if you halt communication, if you stop communication, then it causes great damage to life. Okay? So Malcolm X, who was a black Muslim leader, he once said, when he was expelled from his group, so after his excommunication, he said this thing: experience of being expelled from his group was like a state of emotional shock. This state was like that of someone who for 12 years had an inseparable, beautiful marriage partner, and then suddenly one morning at breakfast, the marriage partner had thrust across table some divorce papers. So when Malcolm X was asked to leave his group, he found that experience equivalent to the experience. So, for example, when you are in a relationship, you have a girlfriend, a wife, or why girlfriend or wife? You have a very good relationship with a friend, and then one day, without any reasonable reason and locus, the friend stops communicating with you. Just imagine the type of turmoil you would experience. Okay, good. Check point number 7, types of communication. This is very important and crucial. Try to keep these points in your mind. Okay. Intrapersonal communication, that is the first type of communication. So what is intrapersonal communication? Meditation, contemplation, introspection, self-talk, conversation with spirit, with divine, with our ancestors, right? All these types of communication that does not involve, do not involve communication, do not involve a second person, right? So, okay, let me make this thing even more simple. So in intrapersonal communication, there is a man or a woman, and that person is communicating, but not with another man or woman, right? At least not an alive man or woman. Okay. In intrapersonal communication, we meditate, we talk to our own selves, we contemplate, we introspect, we do analysis of our previous actions, right? Of the things we did earlier. We try to talk to spirits. If you go to Banaras, you will find a lot of sadhus and aghoris, indulge in intrapersonal communication, right? With divine, with God. Okay. Then there is interpersonal communication. So in interpersonal communication, we all know inter-school championship, inter-school debate competition. So wherever there is the word inter, it means between two, right? So interpersonal communication is a face-to-face communication between two persons, as I already have made it clear. A dialogue or a conversation without the intervention of another person or machine like the telephone or a two-way radio or television setup. Always keep this in your mind, that in interpersonal communication, there is no intervention, no interference of third person or any type of machine. We are not here talking to each other through a mobile phone, through a video call, okay? The person to whom we are communicating or with whom we are communicating is standing right in front of us. So that is interpersonal communication. And it is direct and intimate, okay? Pretty much clear. It is persuasive and influential. Of course it will be. It involves the sharing of a common space and time. No media, no third person. And feedback is quick. So if you say something and the person standing at the receiving end takes offense, that person will immediately let you know that what you said was not entertained. Focused and unfocused interaction. I could have written the definition of focused and unfocused interaction, but I think it would be better if I explained it to you. So focused interaction. So there is an author, Erwin Goffman. You will have to read his book on behavioral sciences and studies. So, sorry, on human behaviors. Beg your pardon. So focused interaction, unfocused interaction. When you are talking to someone, consciously, you are aware that you are involved in a conversation. You're talking to someone. That is focused interaction. Then there is unfocused interaction. Eavesdropping. Or for example, you are in a bus or probably at school, and then a lot of people are talking around you. And then someone says something and you listen to that thing and it remains inside of your head. So that is unfocused interaction. You are interacting, you are listening to their conversation, certain fragments of those dialogues, are making their place inside of your brain and memory, but you're not involved willingly or consciously in that conversation, right? That is focused and unfocused interaction. Then there are 3 stages of interpersonal communication. Okay, first is fatigue stage. Hello, hi, namaste, good morning, welcome, salam alaikum, whatever. So fatigue stage. Nothing more than this. You just greet the person, a facial expression, maybe you smile, that is it. Then there is personal stage. When your conversation is in this stage, you talk about personal matters like, hey, did you get a promotion, or how is your health? How are the members of your family doing? So these things. And then the intimate stage. If you have killed someone, where is the body? You are not going to tell. I'm joking. Certainly, I believe you haven't killed someone. So in intimate stage, we share the darkest secrets, but we share it with those people who are quite close to us. All right. Now there is group communication. So group communication shares all the qualities of interpersonal communication. Whatever there is in interpersonal communication, it will remain in group communication, though in a much less measure. The larger the group, the less personal and intimate is the possibility of exchange, of course, because there is one speaker and there are, say, for example, 500 people in front of the speaker. The speaker will not be able to, establish that type of connection. So that communication will not be that much intimate. And feedback is not so quick. Of course, feedback will not be so quick, because when you are talking to a group or speaking in front of a group, and there is a person who does not like your statements or who finds something objectionable, that person will not be able to inform you that whatever you have just said is not good or is offensive. So that's why. And yes, the skill of public speaking is quite crucial in group communication. Here in interpersonal communication, we have heard it several times: improve your communication skill. So that communication skill, improving the type of communication we are talking about is interpersonal. Okay. Then in the end, we have mass communication. So mass communication is extended version of group communication, extended by the tools of mass communication. And the tools are what? Books, the press, the cinema, radio, television, video, and internet. So Dennis Lerner called mass communication these tools mobility multipliers, and Wilbur Schramm called these tools as magic multipliers. So definition is: mass communication is a communication at a distance with technology mediating production, transmission, and reception. Right? You're talking to someone who is not next to you. You're talking to someone who is staying at a different place, but you're talking to that person, or you're interacting with that person. And how you have made that interaction possible? Because of the technology and all the internet and WhatsApp and things like that. Yeah. So that's it for now. I hope I have made a few points clear. I hope this video helps you. We will talk about all these points and topics in detail in future if I get time, if time permits. So that's it for now. Thank you very much.